Hey everyone, in this video we will be discussing question tags further, and if you haven't watched my previous video on the basics of question tag, I'd suggest that you first go and watch it and then join me in this video. So let's get started. The first one is whenever we start a sentence using I am, the question tag to be used is aren't I. Alright, so take a look at the example. I am late, aren't I? So we've used aren't because we don't really have a negative contracted form of am such as amn't or anything of that sort, right? So that's the reason why it should always be aren't I when you start your sentence with I am. So let's take a look at the next example sentence. I am not late. In this case, it is going to be am I because when the statement is negative, your question tag is going to be positive. So another example is I am grounded, aren't I? All right, now the next point is whenever we start our sentence using let's, the question tag is going to be shall we? All right, it's always going to be this. So let's take a look at the example. The first one is let's go out, shall we? Then let's get pizza, shall we? All right, so the next one is whenever the subject of the sentence is going to be nothing or everything, the pronoun to be used is it. All right, so take a look at this example. Nothing can change, can it? If you're wondering as to why it's not can't it, it is because it is nothing. Yeah, nothing already is in the negative form. Let's move on to the next one. Now, if the subject of the sentence is going to be nobody or somebody, then the pronoun to be used is they. All right, so take a look at this example. Nobody called, did they? Next one, somebody fell sick, didn't they? All right, so here the same rule applies as to when there is nobody, which is already in the negative form. All right, moving on to the next one, and that is imperatives. So those of you who do not know the meaning of imperatives, let me tell you, imperatives are the statements which is used in order to express an order or a command or a request. All right, so as we go through this topic, you will find that there are a lot of exceptions to the rules that we discussed earlier. Now, the first one is to invite people. Whenever you say sentences in order to invite people, the question tag is going to be won't you? All right, so take a look at this example. Come in, won't you? Have a seat, won't you? All right, now the next one is in the case of giving commands. All right, so when it comes to commands, the question tag to be used is will you? For example, give me a hand, will you? Pass me the pen, will you? Now, instead of will, at times you might hear people using would as well, which is also accepted. Moving on to the next one, and that is in order to express impatience. All right, so in this particular case, the question tag to be used is can't you? All right, so take a look at this example sentence. It says, stop it, can't you? All right, so that's about it. I hope this topic, that is question tags, is clear for you, and it's certainly going to be useful in the future. If you need to know more about the English course as well as the IELTS course that we provide here at English House, do click on the link below.
English House. English at your fingertips.